Who needs a boring house when you can live in one of these rolling palaces? These aren't just vans. They're engineering marvels designed to make your neighbors jealous and your adventures unforgettable. Let's break down the top 3 van builds that will have you rethinking your 9 to 5. First van, Zion Dreams. First up, let's talk about Zion Dreams because apparently being inspired by one of the most beautiful places on earth wasn't ambitious enough. This camper van is basically Zion Canyon on wheels with features that are almost too nice to take off-road.
Hey guys, we're Nicole and Eden, and this is Zion Dreams, our latest van build.
This is a 2022 Sprinter 3500 XD. It is the 170 extended version. Starting in the entrance of the van, we have our pull-out coffee table, which we love to sit at every morning, and it really just extends the living room out of the van. We have our little seats here that we can sit, have a nice coffee in the morning, eat lunch, maybe a cocktail in the evening or a beer. But we really love sitting on this, and it's also a huge storage container. And this also stores away, just like that, and disappears. This is also on 500-pound drawer slides, so you can easily sit on it, put whatever you want. Moving into the main living space of this van. First of all, we put all our light switches here right in the entrance so you can easily access them. And we have a big open L-shape configuration here. We love doing this kind of, I guess, reverse layout where the living space and the bed is up in the front of the van. For us, we just really love having the view out the side, both from the living area and from the bed. We have a lagoon table as well that pretty much services any configuration of seating you would do here. We also went for a partition wall here. It has a cool little button that opens the door. Same on the other side. And there's also a lockout button on the top so that you can press and it disengages the button from the driving side, so you can lock yourself in. And that also leads us kind of to the other main feature you see in this van and all our vans, which is the micro cement finish that we use. This material gives the look and feel of cement, but it's actually not. It's actually a very thin layer that goes over any substrate like plywood, and it's flexible and it's really thin and lightweight. Another very cool feature that we put into this van is something called Smart Tint. It's a film that goes over the windows. So with the click of a button, you go from clear to opaque. Yeah, it's really, really comfortable just at the click of a button to just have full privacy and not need to put up all the window covers and all that. But from the outside, no one could actually see anything inside, even if you put your hands up to it.
So this van has not one, but actually 2 ways to make beds. Up here is our Happy Jack elevator bed lift, and with the click of a button, our queen size bed lowers. We'll show you that in a second. And then this bench actually slides out, these 2 cushions drop, and you get a second bed here to sleep an additional guest. You can lower this bed halfway, have that bed out, and do bunk bed style. We'll show you the big bed now. At night, these are actually also lights, so light shines out through the bottom and through here, but the feature that really stands out when the bed is down is these full-length skylights. We actually made them look, or tried to mimic the look of inside a slot canyon looking up, so they have a lot of natural curves to them. And of course you have the beautiful view out the side door, and it's also really nice that because of that slide out table storage, you can actually step down from the bed when the bed's down to the outside.
And moving on to the centerpiece of this van, pretty much the main thing you see when you walk in and kind of leaves people like, it is our canyon ceiling. A lot of the inspiration of this van was slot canyons and Zion Canyon and kind of those natural rock formations. And we wanted to be able to give that kind of same feeling when you walk into this van, that awe of like being inside of these rocks. So we created this. It was digitally rendered first, and then we CNC'd it into a high density foam, which we then hand sanded to perfection, micro cemented on top of all of it, embedded the lights, and then mounted it to our aluminum bed frame. So in the end, it came out really, really cool. And being able to just sit under this is super special. We have this huge L-shaped countertop. It's made out of solid hickory wood. with a beautiful view out the back while you're cooking. This countertop is 8 feet long, so there's a ton of counter space. We have our Dometic CRX 110 fridge here, just plenty of space for the two of us, as well as an espresso machine. Can't go anywhere without my espresso. We have a full-size sink here. This is the house-size sink, super deep, super wide, and custom-made in Morocco. Hand-hammered. It's just a beautiful-looking sink. We went with gold hardware everywhere, and we also have a filtered water system here. Moving on to one of my favorite features of this van is our herb garden. So this thing is fully removable, so you can do all your planting outside of the van, not make a mess. And it also has its own drainage out of the van, so you can literally just take the sink faucet and water all of your plants, and it'll just drain out the bottom. And moving on to the back here, we have our induction stovetop, which overlooks the view, which is just an amazing place to cook, as well as our spice racks and a max fan that's right above the induction, so it pulls out all the cooking air. In here is the control panel that controls everything in the van. For our Victron system, we have 800 amp hours of battery power here, as well as 1400 watts of solar, which we'll get to in a little bit. And all that's controlled through here, as well as our water tank that we can also see through here.
And lastly, our rear van bathroom. In our first van, we also did a rear bathroom, and we just loved being able to, after surfing or hiking, come in, wash off, and then go into the van clean instead of kind of trekking all that mud through the van. In this bathroom, we went with a lighter micro cement color just to open up the space since it is a little bit smaller. We went with a second vanity, so you can store all of your toiletries here. I think that's such a game changer because we have the second sink here, so you can brush your teeth, kind of get ready in this space in the morning. And of course, we have this big full-size mirror. This was custom made. This is our handmade sink from Morocco. It's just such a cute little feature in this van, and all of the gold hardware really brings this space, gives it, a very luxurious and calm spa feeling. For showering, we have a shower wand here. You can shower inside or you can shower outside. It reaches in both spots. And then it slides out. And then it just slides out when you need to use it. We went with the dry flush Laveo toilet. We love that one. It's so easy to use. You don't have to deal with composting or black tank. You just, when you're finished with the cartridges, throw them out and put in a new cartridge. If you loved Zion Dreams, this van is actually for sale, and this is for sure gonna be a one of one. We're not building this thing again.
Oh yeah, no way.
You can just shoot us an email or message us on any of our social media. We are Nicole and Eden on pretty much every social media platform. We love sharing behind the scenes, how we build these things, and it's just really fun to get your guys' input and keep you along for the ride.
So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Second van, self-converted transit van. Next, we have the ultimate DIY transit van. Because who needs a pre-built van when you can pour your blood, sweat, and probably a few tears into creating this masterpiece?
Our self-converted transit van, we are finally doing a full tour of our tiny home on wheels. She is a 2018 Ford Transit, diesel dually, HSLD, high roof, 148 extended wheelbase. That is such a mouthful. I knew I wanted a diesel engine. I knew I wanted a dually wheelbase for more of a sturdy chassis to build on. And the Ford Transit is the highest roof of any of the commercial vans, which is great. In the back is our garage space. It was really important to me to have enough storage for all of our outdoor equipment. So up top here is what I like to call the snowboard shelf. This houses both of our snowboards as well as our outdoor chair and our Nesso. We have our two tool drawers, great for storage. They're pretty deep. And over here is our electrical cabinet. So you do have access to the electrical from here as well as inside underneath the dinette. As far as electrical specs go, we have 620 watts of solar, 4 100 amp hour batteries from Dakota Lithium, a 3000 watt inverter, as well as a Lynx distributor. We have 3 different ways of charging. We can charge via solar. We can charge with our DC to DC charger. We did just upgrade to the 1250, which has been so fantastic, as well as a shore power outlet on the outside if we ever do need to plug in. When I was designing the van, I obsessed over every single inch of this thing, from the design to the functionality of it. When you live in such a small space, it is so important to have division of space and multifunctional use spaces. All right, so I want to take you guys back to where we spend most of our time. So this space serves as our dinner table, entertainment area, bed, and a second working space. The table is on a lagoon mount, so we can kind of turn this every which way. It's super diverse. So we can sit like this when we're playing cards or eating. And then my favorite is when we turn it like this to watch TV on our monitor up front. Almost queen size bed, which is super cozy. These cushions do fold down, and then our bedding is stored in this side of the bench. Something that was really important to me whenever I was designing the bed was storage. I wanted everything to have a place, which is why I ended up going with an elevated dinette. It allows for a lot of storage in both sides of the couch, as well as 2 pull-out drawers, which are absolutely massive. For clothes storage, we do have 3 pull-out drawers here that are super deep. It fits 90% of our clothes. For any overflow on the clothes storage, we do have these 2 massive drawers under the steps on the dinette. Right here is our pull-out pantry, which is fully stocked. As you can see, stuff just fell out. This massive farmhouse style sink with a gold faucet that has hot and cold water, as well as a water filtration system with its own spout. And my favorite new addition, a bar style cup rinser. Under the sink, we do have a drop down cabinet that houses our water pump, along with most of our cleaning supplies and an on off switch for the pump. Over here on the left, there is a vented cabinet with pull out bins that were originally planned for fruits and veggies and now house our Ziploc bags and silverware. Over here, we have our stove oven combo. It has a 3-burner cooktop on the top, as well as this cute little oven down below. It is propane, and there is a fully sealed propane locker down underneath. To activate the propane and for an extra safety measure, it is connected to a solenoid valve. So you just hit this here, and it activates the propane. Up above over here, we have another massive overhead cabinet for our dishware, our kettle, coffee supplies. This is probably one of my favorite things that I added to this van, included a little spice rack. We have our 12-volt fridge. It is the Isotherm 130 Cruise, which is a really great size fridge for a van. So this is one of my favorite parts of the van. This is the designated desk and workspace. Have our adorable shower and bathroom. We do have a fully operational shower with hot water. There is a rainfall shower head up here, as well as a detachable arm. And then back over here is our Laveo dry flush toilet. I went with the dry flush toilet because I wasn't crazy about the idea of having to change compost, and we have been absolutely loving it so far, as well as our Serbo GX. So this screen allows us to have an in-depth view of our battery capacity, turn our inverter on and off, and see what we're bringing in for our solar power, because it is like the brain of the entire electrical system. And as always, thanks for watching, and we hope you stick around to check out some of our adventures on the channel.
Third van, Obsidian. Finally, say hello to Obsidian. Built on the iconic Mercedes-Benz Sprinter chassis, this van is here to remind you that luxury and adventure can absolutely swipe right on each other.
What's up, guys? This is Lucas Revisa. Today we're going to be touring Kirby's van. He's getting mentally prepared for what's about to happen. All right, what do we have here? Some bench seating?
The L bench.
The L bench.
So this L bench is it's 2 sections right here. This side is the fridge and freezer. So it's the 95-liter Dometic fridge, and then this side is the storage. So
Got some storage in there?
yeah. So I just have a curtain here.
Nice. A little privacy in the front.
Yeah.
It's always good to have access into the front of your van.
Yeah, it is.
Other thing I'm starting to notice is all of the curves on these cabinets. I see like down here on the uppers. How is that done?
It's called kerf cutting. So the curves in the van were actually the only thing that I couldn't CNC, because like on this there's like a sheet of wood right here, and you have to cut a bunch of slits in it. But when you try to do it on the CNC, you have to use like a tiny bit, and then you can only move the bits so fast on the machine, because if you go too fast, it'll break. So it just made a lot more sense to just like run it through the table saw and cut all the kerf cuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have this lagoon table here that can be used for those seats, or it can also be used right here.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you can get a good work session with a good view.
Yeah. So this is the kitchen galley, and this door leads to the toilet. So it's on 250-pound drawer slides, and it just slides out, and you can sit on it.
And that's a cassette toilet?
Yeah, this is the Dometic, like 2.5 gallon cassette toilet.
Nice.
Yeah, it's convenient. And then yeah, just the normal freshwater faucet, and then this one is the 3-stage filtered drinking water, so you can drink out of that one.
Do you have an induction in this van?
I don't have an induction. I have a camp stove, but I also have a little convection oven that I set right here, and then I have a plug-in on the side here, so I can just plug it in, use it right here. So I got a full-size mirror here, and then on the back side I have the lighting, so it has a nice glow.
And this is where you keep all your clothes and...
Yeah. So the batteries are in here, and then like the whole electrical system as well. So that's the whole electrical system.
And then you can access some of these fuses if you need.
Yeah. So if you need to access like some of the stuff, I just take the plexiglass off, so it's easily accessible. And then underneath here are the batteries.
Oh wow! And how many amp hours do you have?
400 amp hours.
400
of
amp
the
hours.
Of those new Renogy batteries that have the self-heating.
And then what volt is this system?
12 volt.
So you got 2 Renogy self-heating 12-volt batteries.
Yeah. This is like a seating area. Well, it's a dinette style, so it's like seating, and then it's also the bed. So this side slides across like that. So you slide all the way across, then all the cushions fall flat inwards. I have some B-roll of it. We'll put that on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
show them what's up.
Yeah.
So how big is this bed?
It depends which way you sleep. I'm kind of short, so I can sleep this way, but some nights I'll sleep this way.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the night. It always switches, but from this wall to this wall, it's like 5'10".
Mm-hmm.
And then from this cabinet to this wall, it's like 6'5" or something like that.
And you need 6'5", right?
What?
You need 6'5", right?
Yeah. I'm very tall.
Yeah.
Did I say I was short earlier?
Yeah, you did, but I mean...
I meant I was actually... I'm 6'2" almost. And then you have a very large table.
This is sweet. This van is for sale, so if you guys want to get in contact with Kirby, you can do so either via Instagram or by email. I'll have both of those linked below, but I'm thinking of doing a couple more of these tours just for friends, and let me know what you guys thought below. We'll be filming his other van, the Flintstone, the one that came just before this, very soon here, and I'll see you guys soon.
So which van would you sell your couch for? The bougie Zion Dreams, the resourceful DIY Transit, or the no-holds-barred Obsidian? Drop your pick in the comments and hit that subscribe button.